My old man wore work boots, older than the truck he drove. Hands rough as gravel roads, heart heavy as a winter storm. He never talked about his battles, never told me where they'd been. Just carried silence on his shoulders like a second layer of skin. I remember sitting beside him on the porch fading with age, watching smoke drift through the sunset while he stared beyond the fields. There was pain behind his eyes even when he tried to smile, like a war nobody could see. It followed him for miles. He wasn't perfect, he never claimed, but everything I know came from that man. I'm the son of a broken man, raised by callous hands, learning how to keep moving when life don't go as planned. Son of a broken man, and proud of where I stand. 'Cause sometimes the strongest lessons come from a broken man. He taught me how to fix an engine, how to shake a man's hand right, how to look somebody in the eye, stand my ground in a fight. But the biggest lesson wasn't spoken, it came from watching him survive, watching him get knocked down and still get up every time. There were bills he couldn't pay, dreams he had to let go, but he never blamed the world for the storms that came and went. And even when the weight got heavy, even when the road got long, he kept showing up each morning like the struggle made him strong. The years passed quickly, the seasons changed, but his quiet strength still remains. I'm the son of a broken man, raised by calloused hands, learning how to keep moving when life don't go as planned. Son of a broken man, and proud of where I stand. 'Cause sometimes the strongest lessons come from a broken man. Now I see his reflection looking back through my own eyes. Every scar, every lesson, every sacrifice. And if I ever have a son, I hope he understands the strength ain't found in perfection, it's found in doing what you can. I'm the son of a broken man, and that's a badge I wear. 'Cause broken doesn't mean defeated, it means you chose to care. Son of a broken man, and now I finally see the man I wanted to become was standing right in front of me. The sun drops behind the farmland, the evening settles in, and I thank God for the lessons of a broken man. The highway stretches endless under a pale moonlight, white lines cutting through the darkness like memories through the night. Got one hand on the wheel and one eye on the road, but I swear I feel a presence every mile that I go. The passenger seat sits empty, at least that's what it seems. But some nights I catch a shadow, living somewhere in between. Maybe it's an old friend, maybe it's the man I used to be. Maybe it's every goodbye still riding here with me. The radio fades to static, the cold wind chills my skin, and I hear familiar whispers coming through the dark again. There's a ghost riding shotgun on every road I roam, a silent conversation between the lost and the known. Ghost riding shotgun through the midnight rain. I can't leave it behind me, 'cause it's running through my veins. I passed the old county bridge where we used to waste our time, laughing at the future like we'd never cross the line. Now those days feel distant like smoke above a flame, but every mile marker knows I still remember every name. Some ghosts carry sorrow, some ghosts carry regret. Mine just keeps reminding me of things I can't forget. Not to haunt me forever, not to drag me down below, but to make sure I remember the places I've called home. The moon keeps climbing higher, the tides keep singing low, and somewhere in the darkness that ghost won't let go. There's a ghost riding shotgun on every road I roam, a silent conversation between the lost and the known. Ghost riding shotgun through the midnight rain. I can't leave it behind me, 'cause it's running through my veins. Maybe every soul carries one, a shadow from the past, a reminder that the moments we love were never meant to last. And maybe that's the reason the ghost still rides tonight, to help me keep moving forward instead of looking behind. There's a ghost riding shotgun, but I don't fear it anymore. It's just another chapter of the life I lived before. Ghost riding shotgun till the sunrise breaks the dark, a memory beside me and a fire inside my heart. The dawn appears ahead of me, the night begins to fade, but the ghost riding shotgun will always know my name. I wasn't raised by city lights or streets that never sleep. I was raised where the corn grows tall and promises run deep, where grandpa's truck was held together by rust, prayer and pride, And every lesson worth remembering came from a long dirt drive. I learned respect from hard hands and patience from the rain. Learned that every harvest season comes after months of pain. The radio played old country songs as the ties hummed along. And somewhere between those back roads I learned where I belong. The world keeps spinning fast, but some roots stay the same. No matter where life takes me, I carry where I came. I was raised by back roads, by gravel, dust and time, by small town dreams and county lines that shaped this heart of mine. Raised by back roads, where the wild winds blow. They taught me who I am, and they never let me go. Friday nights meant bonfires and trucks parked by the creek, where everybody knew your story before you'd even speak. We didn't have much money, but we had stars above, and folks would show up anytime when life got hard and rough. The city says success means more dollars in your hand, but where I come from, character is what defines a man. I've crossed a lot of highways, seen places far from home, but every road I've ever traveled led me back where I belong. 'Cause roots run deeper than fame or gold, and some kinds of wealth can never be sold. I was raised by back roads, by gravel, dust and time, by small town dreams and county lines that shaped this heart of mine. Raised by back roads, where the wild winds blow. They taught me who I am, and they never let me go. These roads taught me loyalty. These roads taught me grit, how to keep moving forward when life don't seem to fit. They taught me how to stand tall when storms roll through the sky, and how to keep believing when dreams are running dry. I was raised by back roads, and that's something I'll defend, 'cause every mile behind me made me who I am. Raised by back roads, till the day I go. No matter where I'm headed, they're always taking me home. The dust settles behind me, the headlights softly glow, and I thank God every day I was raised by a back road. There was a time I stood surrounded, my flames I couldn't control, watching everything I built turned to ashes in the smoke. Friends became strangers, promises turned into lies. The people I trusted most were the first ones saying goodbye. I remember standing in the wreckage with blood, sweat, and regret, wondering if this was the ending of every dream I ever chased. The heat kept getting stronger, the smoke blocked out the sky, but something deep inside me refused to lay down and die. The flames got higher, the night got cold, but pressure makes diamonds and fire shapes gold. The fire didn't kill me, it made me who I am. Every bridge that burned behind me helped me learn to stand. The fire didn't kill me, though it took a lot away. What survived inside the ashes still burns stronger today. I lost money, lost direction, lost people I called friends, lost pieces of my old life that I won't see again. But every loss reveals something that comfort never could. Sometimes destruction clears the path for something better than you understood. The storms kept rolling through, the lightning split the sky, but I stopped asking why it happened, started asking why not try. Cause fear ain't worth obeying, and pain ain't meant to stay. It's just another teacher trying to show the way. The smoke is cleared, the dawn arrived, and everything that matters somehow survived. It didn't kill me, it made me who I am. Every bridge that burned behind me helped me learn to stand. The fire didn't kill me, though it took a lot away. What survived inside the ashes still burns stronger today. I carry the marks of battle like tattoos on my soul. Every setback left to listen, every wound helped make me whole. The world may see destruction when they look at where I've been, but I see proof that I survived and rose again. The fire didn't kill me, it revealed the man beneath, the one who kept on fighting when there was nothing left to keep. Oh, the fire didn't kill me, and now I finally know the strongest roots are often found after everything burns below. The sunrise paints the horizon with colors born from flame, and I smile at the smoke behind me, 'cause I'll never be the same. Midnight settled on the graveyard like a blanket made of smoke. The iron gate stood open and the silence never broke. The moon hung over marble, casting shadows long and thin, and every stone looked like a story about where her life had been. I wasn't there for ghost hunting or chasing some motel. I came because the noise of life had finally grown too loud again. So I walked between the markers, reading names I'd never known, wondering how many dreams were buried beneath each weathered stone. The night felt endless, the world stood still, and every heartbeat echoed across that lonely hill. Midnight among the tombstones, where the living meet the past, where every breath feels precious, 'cause nothing here can last. Midnight among the tombstones, underneath the pale moonlight, learning more about living from the silence of the night. One stone belonged to a soldier who never made it home, another to a young mother who left this world too soon. There were names nobody visits, flowers faded by the years, and some are standing there alone, made my problems disappear. 'Cause the bills, the fights, the worries, the things I carried every day suddenly seem smaller than the lives that slipped away. The dead weren't speaking loudly, but the message still rang true. Every second that you're given, here's a gift handed to you. The cold wind whispered through the trees, and every shadow moved with quiet ease. Midnight among the tombstones, where the living meet the past, where every breath feels precious, 'cause nothing here can last. Midnight among the tombstones, underneath the pale moonlight, learning more about living from the silence of the night. Maybe that's why I keep coming to this forgotten place, to remember life is fragile and time can't be replaced. The clock keeps moving forward for every soul alive, and one day we'll all become stories told beneath these skies. Midnight among the tombstones, and I finally understand the value of tomorrow is found in where we stand. Midnight among the tombstones, as the eastern sky turns gold, I leave with less fear of dying and a stronger grip on hope. The first bird starts singing, the darkness fades away. I walk back through the iron gate, ready for another day. Blue lights flashing in my rear view, dust rising off the ground. Another long night on these back roads with trouble all around. The county knows my history, every mistake I've made, every fight, every bad decision, every debt I've never paid. But the law can't chase the demons that keep knocking at my door, and no badge can stop the memories I've been running from before. I spent years blaming everybody for the mess I made myself, till I learned the hardest prison ain't built by anyone else. You can lock a man in chains, you can throw away the key, but the battle that I'm fighting lives inside of me. No sheriff can save me, no siren in the night, no judge can write a sentence that makes everything alright. No sheriff can save me from the ghosts inside my head. The only man who can change this life is the one these boots have led. I've crossed rivers in the darkness, I've slept beneath the stars, trying to outrun my reflection, trying to heal invisible scars. The whiskey gave me excuses, the highway gave me room, but neither one could fix the damage growing in the gloom. Then one night beside a campfire, watching sparks climb through the sky, I realized all these years I'd been living a lie. 'Cause freedom ain't escaping and redemption ain't a place. They're both found in the mirror when you finally face your face. The road gets lonely, the truth gets loud, and eventually a shadow finds you in the crowd. No shadow can save me, no siren in the night, no judge can write a sentence that makes everything alright. No sheriff can save me from the ghosts inside my head. The only man who can change this life is the one these boots have led. The moon hung over the pines like a spotlight from above, and for the first time in forever I stopped running from myself. The storm was still raging, but something felt brand new, 'cause the hardest outlaw to conquer was always me and not you. No sheriff can save me, but maybe that's okay, 'cause strength is built from facing what you feel along the way. No sheriff can save me, but I finally understand the road to redemption starts when a man becomes a man. The blue lights fade behind me, the dawn breaks through the gray, and I keep driving forward toward a better day. There's a half-empty bottle sitting where you used to be. Neon lights are flickering like ghosts that won't leave me. This bar knows all my secrets, these walls know all my lies. Every night I come here hoping the whiskey helps me say goodbye. I tried another round of burning every photograph we made, but memories don't drown so easy, no matter what I pay. The jukebox keeps on playing songs we used to sing, and every glass I raise tonight just brings you back again. The more I drink, the more I see the girl I lost still haunting me. Whiskey can't bury her memory, can't sink it to the bottom of the glass. I've been drinking like a desperate man, trying to outrun the past. Every bottle tells the same old story, every shot keeps setting her free. Whiskey can't bury her memory, and her memory won't bury me. I drove down old county roads where we used to chase the stars. Every mile felt like yesterday, every turn reopened scars. The moon still hangs above the pines, just like it did back then, but now it's shining on a man learning how to lose again. I blame myself for everything, the nights, the fights, the end. But some hearts break without a reason, no matter how hard you've been. The pain still comes, the pain still stays, but I don't hide like yesterday. Whiskey can't bury her memory, can't sink it to the bottom of the glass. I've been drinking like a desperate man, trying to outrun the past. Every bottle tells the same old story, every shot keeps setting her free. Whiskey can't bury her memory, and her memory won't bury me. The bartender said time heals all, but time ain't healed me yet. Still I wake up every morning with a little less regret. Maybe moving on ain't forgetting, maybe that's not what it's for. Maybe healing means surviving what's already gone before. Whiskey can't bury her memory, but it can't keep me down forever. Every tear becomes a lesson, every storm becomes the weather. Tonight I raise one final glass to who we used to be. Whiskey can't bury her memory, but her memory won't bury me. The neon face, the last call rings, and somewhere in the silence I finally start to breathe. There's a withered sign at the county line, standing where the blacktop bends. I've crossed it more times than I can count, chasing roads that never end. I crossed it when I was 18, thinking I knew everything. A rebel heart and a full tank, dreaming bigger than my means. I crossed it after heartbreak, with whiskey burning in my chest, convinced the next town over would somehow hurt me less. But every road kept teaching what pride refused to learn. Some lessons only make sense after you've been burned. The miles kept passing, the years rolled by, and every mistake became a guide. Lessons from the county line, written in dust and time. Every scar, every wrong turn became a road sign. Lessons from the county line, paid for mile by mile. The road didn't make life easy, but it taught me how to survive. I've seen angels in old diners and demons in expensive suits. Seen poor men rich in character and rich men lost in truth. I buried friends too early, watched fathers say goodbye. Learned that strength ain't being fearless, it's standing back up and trying. The graveyards taught me gratitude, the storms taught me grit. The lonely nights taught patience, and the darkness taught me this: that healing ain't forgetting, and freedom ain't escape. It's carrying your story without carrying the weight. The moon still rises, the river still flows, and every answer came from the road. Lessons from the county line, written in dust and time. Every scar, every wrong turn became a road sign. Lessons from the county line, paid for mile by mile. The road didn't make life easy, but it taught me how to survive. With my demons, I learned to carry pain. I watched old dreams burn down and still danced in the rain. I found ghosts in graveyards, found hope in the dark, found pieces of myself scattered across the back roads of my heart. And now I finally understand what all those miles were for. The road wasn't taken from me, it was giving me something more. Lessons from the county line, now they're part of who I am. Every storm I weather helped me become this man. Lessons from the county line, still guiding me tonight, like headlights on the back road, cutting through the dark. Lessons from the county line, and if I had to do it all again, I'd take every wrong turn twice to learn these lessons in the end. The county line fades behind me, the sunrise paints the sky. 30 roads, 30 stories, one long ride through life, and I keep driving forward with gratitude in my soul for all the lessons from the county line that brought me home. Came into this world with dust on my boots and trouble in my veins. The preacher said I find redemption, but I learned more from storms and rain. Never fit inside the boxes, never walked the straight white lines. Every time they tried to fence me in, I'd disappear beyond the pines. The teachers called me stubborn, the sheriff called me wild. Mama said my restless heart had been running since a child. I wasn't chasing danger, I was chasing something real, a life that couldn't be measured by a judge's stamp or seal. Some men live by the rules, some men live by fear. I was born with a rebel soul and a highway calling near. I was born outside the law, where freedom rides and eagles fly. No chains around my spirit, no ceiling on the sky. Born outside the law, still running with the wind. I'd rather die a free man than never live it all again. I slept beneath the stars, nothing but a cold and flame. I've crossed forgotten county lines where nobody knew my name. Seen rich men build their kingdom, seen poor men stand up tall and learn a man's true worth ain't measured by wealth at all. There's a map inside my heart that no government can draw. It points toward open horizons and everything I saw. The world keeps making cages for dreamers like me, but every lock they build just makes me wanna leave. Cause freedom ain't a destination, it's the blood inside my veins, the reason I keep rolling through the sunshine and the rain. I was born outside the law, where freedom rides and eagles fly. No chains around my spirit, no ceiling on the sky. Born outside the law, still running with the wind. I'd rather die a free man than never live it all again. Maybe I'll never fit in, maybe I never should. Every scar became a compass, pointing toward matters most. The road became my teacher, the stars became my guide, and every mile reminds me why I chose this life. I was born outside the law, and that's where I'll remain. A rebel heart still beating through the thunder and the rain. Born outside the law till my final sunset falls. I'll keep chasing freedom beyond these county laws. The engine hums beneath me, the moon hangs bright above, and I keep riding onward. Born outside the law. They said a broken man stays broken, like shattered glass on the floor. That once the cracks start showing, you ain't the same no more. Maybe they're right about the cracks, but wrong about the rest. Cause every scar I've ever carried taught me how to stand my best. I've watched dreams fall apart like bombs in a hurricane. Watched people walk away and leave me standing in the rain. There were nights I thought the damage would finally finish me, but every piece that hit the ground built who I was meant to be. The world's all ruins, the world's all pain, but I saw lessons inside the flames. I'm built from broken pieces. Every crack became my strength. Every fall became a reason to keep going one more day. Built from broken pieces, not despite the pain I've known, but because I walked right through it, made the struggle my own. Yeah, made the struggle my own. My old truck's got dents and scratches from roads just traveled through, and every mark upon his body tells a story that is true. Ain't that how life works too? Ain't that how people grow? The smoothest stones don't come from storms, the strongest hearts do though. I've carried loss and disappointment like weight across my back, but every burden taught me something that comfort often lacks. Now I don't hide my scars or wish my past away, 'cause every piece I wanted gone helped make me who I am today. The years move fast, the lessons stayed, and everyone helps shape the way. I'm built from broken pieces. Every crack became my strength. Every fall became a reason to keep going one more day. Built from broken pieces, not despite the pain I've known, but because I walked right through it and made the struggle my own. Yeah, the mirror tells a different story than it did years ago. Not perfect, not untouched, but stronger than before. 'Cause survival ain't about escaping every hardship life can bring. It's about becoming someone who can carry anything. Yeah, I'm built from broken pieces, and I wouldn't change a thing, 'cause every storm that tried to break me ended up teaching me to win. I'm built from broken pieces, like an old road forged by time. Every crack became a pathway leading me to this life. The sun sets me on the back roads, the shadows stretch and fade, and I thank every broken piece for the man it helped create. Every night when the sun falls low and the cold wind cuts through the pines, I hear old memories down the hall like they're waiting for the perfect time. Got a chair by the window, an empty room, and a past that won't stay dead. Some people count sheep to fall asleep, I count the ghosts inside my head. The world thinks silence means I'm healed. The world thinks scars just disappear, but pain don't leave when morning comes. It just learns how to live right here. I used to fight every shadow, used to curse every night. Now I know some battles end when you stop trying to win the fight. Darkness sleeps beside me like an old friend I can't outrun. It don't speak much anymore, it just watches what I've become. Every scar, There's a photograph gathering dust on a shelf I never touch, a reminder of another man who cared a little too much. I walked through storms that broke strong men, seen good hearts lose their way. I've carried grief across state lines and learned some wounds are here to stay. Still I get up every morning, still put my boots on the floor, 'cause survival ain't about forgetting, it's learning what you're living for. The shadows still know my story, the night still knows my pain, but neither one can stop me now from dancing in the rain. Darkness sleeps beside me like an old friend I can't outrun. It don't speak much anymore, it just watches what I've become. Every scar, every mistake, every tear I've tried to hide. Darkness sleeps beside me, but it no longer owns my life. Maybe we're all haunted, maybe we're all broken somehow. Maybe strength ain't being fearless, maybe it's standing here right now. I stopped asking why it happened, stopped wishing time rewinds. Some roads only lead to peace when you leave the past behind. Darkness sleeps beside me, but it don't decide my fate. I survived too many winters to let the coldness make me brave. Every mile, every battle, every dream I kept alive. Darkness sleeps beside me, but I'm the reason I survive. The moon hangs over the back road sky, the crickets sing through the night, and darkness sleeps beside me while I keep chasing the light. I used to think that healing meant the hurt would disappear, that one day I'd wake up different and the ghost would leave me here. I spent years chasing answers at the bottom of a glass, trying to outrun old memories that were built to last. Every mile down every highway, every town I left behind, still carried pieces of the battles I was fighting in my mind. 'Cause pain ain't like a stranger that eventually walks away. Sometimes it becomes a shadow that decides it's gonna stay. I fought it hard, I fought in vain, till I stopped running and faced the pain. I learned to carry the pain without letting it carry me. Learn to walk through the darkness and still believe. I learned to carry the pain like a scar beneath my skin, a reminder of the battles and the places that I've been. My father used to tell me, son, life ain't always fair. Some stones don't come to break you, they come to see who's there. I didn't understand those words back when I was young, before the losses and the heartbreaks, before the damage had been done. Now I hear them in the silence when the nights get long and cold, and every year I understand a little more what he told. Strength ain't found in comfort and peace, ain't free or rain. Sometimes wisdom only arrives after walking through the pain. The road keeps turning, the years keep rolling, and every burden keeps revealing. I learned to carry the pain without letting it carry me. Learn to walk through the darkness and still believe. I learned to carry the pain like a scar beneath my skin, a reminder of the battle in the places that I've been. The pain still rides beside me on certain nights alone, but it no longer controls the direction that I go. It's part of my story now, part of the man I became, and I finally made my peace with carrying the weight. I learned to carry the pain and somehow found my strength, not because it disappeared, but because I went the length. I learned to carry the pain and keep moving anyway, 'cause the strongest hearts are built one hard mile a day. The sunrise breaks the horizon, the night releases its claim, and I keep walking forward, carrying the pain, but never carrying the shame. I grew up where the blacktop ended and the dust began to rise, where the trucks ran louder than the church bells under endless southern skies. Ain't no silver spoon story, ain't no mansion on the hill, just a boy with a stubborn heart and a mind nobody could kill. Learned more from gravel roads than I ever learned in school. Every scar became a lesson, every setback made me cruel. Now the city lights don't tempt me, and the fast lane ain't my style. I'd rather hear these old tires sing for another 100 miles. I wasn't born a king, didn't inherit a crown. I earned every inch of this road from this hard-earned ground. I'm the king of the dirt road, where the wild winds blow. Got dust on my boots and nowhere else to go. King of the dirt road, no castle made of stone, just freedom in my veins, and these back roads as my home. The sheriff knows my first name, the county knows my truck. Some folks call it reckless, I just call it luck. I've watched the sunrise break across 1,000 fields of gold, and heard stories from old timers that never got told. The world keeps getting louder, everybody chasing fame, but out here in the country the stars still know my name. No traffic, no pretenders, no masks left to wear, just an outlaw soul rolling through the midnight air. This road ain't always easy, but it's all I've ever known. and I'd rather ride forever than sit on a borrowed throne. I'm the king of the dirt road, where the wild winds blow. Got dust on my boots and nowhere else to go. King of the dirt road, no castle made of stone, just freedom in my veins, and these back roads as my home. Maybe I ain't rich, maybe I ain't famous, but I got sunset money came by, and freedom they can't take from us. Every fence line, every cornfield, every river bend I know reminds me why I never left the kingdom of this dirt road. I'm the king of the dirt road, still riding through the night with a full tank and a rebel heart, chasing headlights through the pines. King of the dirt road, that's the life I chose. No chains around my spirit, just miles of open road. The moon shines on the gravel, the engine hums low. Long live the king of the dirt road. There's a worn-out stool in the corner where I always end up late, like it's waiting for my troubles and every bad choice that I made. The bartender pours in silence. He don't ask me where I've been, 'cause these walls have heard the stories of 1,000 broken men. Tonight the rain keeps falling, like it knows what's on my mind, and every drop against the window feels like another warning sign. I've spent years acting fearless, like nothing could bring me down, but the truth comes out easier when nobody's around. The louder the jukebox plays, the harder it is to pretend that I don't carry old mistakes like lifelong friends. These are Barstool Confessions, spilled between the whiskey and the smoke. All the things I never told nobody, all the pain hidden in my jokes. These are Barstool Confessions, from a man who's seen too much, trying to heal the kind of wounds that time alone can't touch. I confess I miss my father, though I never said it loud. Confessed I lost a good woman when I let my pride talk proud. Confessed there were nights I wonder if I'd ever find my way, if the road was leading somewhere or just stealing years away. The neon lights keep flickering like memories on a screen, showing every version of myself and everything I've been. Some truths are hard to swallow, some scars don't fade with age, but carrying them forever only builds another cage. The clock keeps ticking, the night rolls on, and every secret weighs less once it's gone. These are Barstool Confessions, spilled between the whiskey and the smoke. All the things I never told nobody, all the pain hidden in my jokes. Maybe strength ain't standing tall. Maybe strength is telling the truth. When you spend years building walls, the storm outside keeps raging, but something inside feels clear, like every burden I've been carrying just disappeared. These are Barstool Confessions, the last ones I'll leave behind. 'Cause tomorrow ain't waiting for a man trapped in his mind. These are Barstool Confessions, and tonight I finally see the hardest truth I ever faced was learning to forgive me. The bartender nods goodbye. The rain begins to slow. I leave a few dollars on the counter and finally let it go. The engine's growling like a thunderstorm beneath the sky without a moon. Got a tank full of gasoline and nowhere I gotta be too soon. The town's asleep behind me, their rules fading in the dark, but I've always heard a different rhythm beating inside my heart. They said settle down, be realistic, find a safe road and stay. But I was born with restless fire and a need to break away. So I chased horizons endlessly, through dust, rain and smoke, learning freedom ain't a destination, it's a promise that never broke. The stars don't ask questions, the wind don't care who you are. Out here on the back roads, freedom ain't very far. I'm a rebel until sunrise, running wild through the night, with the radio screaming loud and my headlights couldn't lie. Rebel until sunrise, till the darkness turns to gold. A free soul can't be captured, and a wild heart won't be sold. I see neon cities glowing like diamonds in the rain, but I'd trade every skyline for these country roads again. 'Cause out here nobody judges the scars that I still wear. The moon don't care about my failures, the pines don't seem to care. I've outrun no regrets and I faced a few head-on. Some battles left me bleeding, some taught me to stay strong. And every mile reminds me life ain't meant to play safe. Sometimes you gotta risk it all to become who you're supposed to be. The night keeps moving, the tires keep rolling, and every second feels alive with nowhere to be going. I'm a rebel until sunrise, running wild through the night, with the radio screaming loud and my headlights couldn't lie. Rebel until sunrise, till the darkness turns to gold. A free soul can't be captured, and a wild heart won't be sold. Maybe I'll never fit in, maybe that's the point. The road gave me purpose when the world gave me doubt. Every sky became a road map, Every mistake became a sign, pointing me toward the freedom I spent years trying to find. I'm a rebel until sunrise, and I'll keep riding till the end. Through every storm and every season, through every curve and every bend. Rebel until sunrise, that's the life I chose. A restless soul chasing freedom down endless country roads. The dawn breaks on the horizon, painting fire across the sky, and I smile behind the wheel, still a rebel inside.